Monday, April 27th, 2026. Ken Arzone talking baseball. Wrote a book, Yearly Leaders of Every Batting Category, the top five in each offensive category. I'm looking at home runs. This video, I want to look at the decade 1920 through 1929. What a decade for home runs. Who are the top five baseball players in each year to lead the league in home runs? 1920. Have you heard of this guy? Babe Ruth. 54. Playing for the Yankees right now. He was playing for the Boston Red Sox and pitching. But now that he's an everyday player, look what he does. 54 home runs. The previous high was the year before. He hit 29. But before that, guys were not hitting 20 or more homers that often. Just a few guys. Ed Williamson had a 27 home run season. Buck Freeman hit 25 one year. Other than that, Camp Hansen hit 21 one year. Sam Thompson had a 20 home run season. But now in the 1920s, there's a new sheriff in town. His name is Babe Ruth. He hits 54. Second place, George Sisler, 19. Third, Tilly Walker, 17. 4, Cy Williams, 15. 5, Happy Flausch, 14. That's 1920, top five. 1921, Babe Ruth, 59. Back-to-back 50 home run seasons. So the top five, 1921. Babe Ruth, 59. Bob Meusel, 24. Ken Williams, 24. George Kelly, 23. Tilly Walker, 23. First time that the top five guys are in the are 20 or more home runs in a certain season. First time. The other time that was close was 1884. You had four guys hit 20 or more homers. Now in 1921, five guys, 20 or more homers, but Babe Ruth leads the pack, 59. 1922, Babe has a bad year. Why? He gets suspended, he's sick, he's drunk. So Roger Hornsby leads the league, 42. Ken Williams, 39. Tilly Walker, 37. Babe Ruth hits 35 half the season. And Cy Williams, 26. So something interesting is going on here. Remember I was telling you it was rare from the 1870s to about 1910 for guys to hit 20 or more homers. After 1910, it starts picking up. And so the 1920s, we get five guys hit 20 or more. And then in 1922, we get four guys that hit 30 or more. So home runs have increased. 1920s decade. Home runs are on the rise. All right, 1923, Babe Ruth is back, 41. Cy Williams, 41. Ken Williams, 29. Jack Farmer, 22. Hack Miller, 20. So now it's not guys in the 10s, 15, or 18, 19 homers. Now it's guys in the 20s, 30, and 40 homer clubs, making the top five. 1924, Babe Ruth again, 46. Jack Farmer, 27. Joe Hauser, 27. Rogers Hornsby, 25. Cy Williams, 24. 1925, again, Babe Ruth is not taking care of himself. Missing games. Suspended. So he doesn't lead the league in 1925. Roger Hornsby, for the second time, leads it, 39. Bob Meusel, 33. Babe Ruth hits 25. Ken Williams, 25. Gabby Harnett, 24, Hall of Famer. 1926, Babe is back, 47 homers. Buell Sudo's 32. Dewey Creasy, 23. Hack Wilson, 21. Turkey Stearns, 21. 1927. Look out. What happens? Babe Ruth hits 60. He had two 50-homer seasons, had a couple of 40s, and now he just goes bazonkers, 60. Lou Gehrig is on the scene, 47. Hack Wilson, 30. Cy Williams, 30. And Willie Wells, 29. So, a guy named Lou Gehrig, he started his career in 1925. He has the second highest home run total in baseball history in this season. Babe Ruth has the highest. He had a couple of 50s, and now he goes for 60. Lou Gehrig, 47. The previous high was 42 by Rogers Hornsby. So now Lou Gehrig is to be contended with as far as home runs. 1928, Babe Ruth hits 54. So the fourth time, 50 or more homers. Hack Wilson, 31. Jim Botany, 31. Lou Gehrig, 27. Chick Happy, 27. 1929, Babe Ruth, 46. Chuck Klein, 43. Mel Ott, 42. Rogers Hornsby, 39. Hack Wilson, 39. So what happens in the 10-year decade of the 1920s? A guy named Babe Ruth makes the top 5 in home runs every season. And it'll turn out that Babe Ruth, here's the trivia question. Which baseball player in history made the top 5 in home runs the most? And it turns out it's Babe Ruth. He does it 16 times, the top 5. In the 1920s, he did 10 in a row. Actually, he's got a string going. He started 1918, where he hit 11. So he made the top 5. 1919, he hit 29. So he's top 5. So that's 2. And then in the 1920 season, or 1920 decade, he goes 10 for 10, making the top 5. He led in home runs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the 10. He didn't do it 1922 nor 1925. Roger Hornsby did it though. That's because Babe Ruth was missing games and getting suspended and drunk and carousing. He was a little out of control in some of those years, 1922 and 1925. But he put it together in all the other seasons, especially 1927. So the Ruth has 12 straight seasons making the top 5 and 16 overall, because in the 1930s, he's going to be in the top 5 again. So in 1918 through 1929, Babe Ruth makes the top 5 in homers 12 straight times. How about Rogers Hornsby? He made the top 5. See, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4 times for Rogers Hornsby in that decade. Ken Williams, 4 times. Top 5 in the 1920s. Cy Williams, a couple. Bob Mosul, a couple. And then Lou Gehrig, twice. But Lou's decade is the 1930s. So I'm going to look at that decade next And I'm going to ask the question, which baseball players made the top 5 in home runs from 1930 to 1939? I have the list in a book I wrote, Yearly Leaders of Every Batting Category. 13 chapters. All right, we'll talk to you later. I'm out.